Hey everybody, this is Mitch. I am the board creative. So this week I'm going to go through a little exercise I went through while updating one of my Gridfinity bin solutions that I have up on Maker World. I was working on this, was adding some new features. I made it taller, put magnets on the bottom, and did a few other things. And the way I like to do these is I put text inside or on these using the slicer itself. That way people can modify it to fit whatever they need. So these bins are basically just stuff that I personally have. And I have a ton of these. I'll show you in a second. And so I just put the text in here, uses an Arial font. It's either 7 or 6 millimeters tall, depending on how much text I have. And when I redid these, I was not happy with the text. It just didn't look the way it used to. So the letters are all run together, the numbers are filled in incorrectly, all kinds of weird things are happening here. And I didn't know why. I mean, I have done a bunch of these. And I've never had this problem before. So I set out on a journey to figure out what in the heck is going on. That journey involved testing. A lot of testing. So trying different settings, different things that I could think of, all kinds of stuff. And after lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of testing, I finally started narrowing down into the final here. So this is really good. This was an even better. And this one is finally the end. And as you can see, everything is clear and it does the job just exactly as I wanted it to. Here is an overall test pattern of the 7 millimeter and the 6 millimeter tall. And it's a really simple set of modifications. I'm not going to say this is the solution for everyone. This was just the solution for me. So again, I have a ton of these boxes and I wanted to make sure that I could have a good representation for people who downloaded it and printed it, that it came off okay. And I think I accomplished that. So I just changed a handful of settings in the in Bambu Studio, and let's go through all those and I'll show you how it ended up.
So we're in Bambu Studio. Here is one of the little boxes I have. These are for the M3 and M4 rivet nuts that I may or may not ever use. Different story there. So here is how we fix this. So I've got some settings per text and some overall settings. So let's cover the overall settings first. Under the quality tab, I actually changed the wall generator from standard or classic to Arachne. I basically did a bunch of YouTube research and was looking for different things. Most of the people who are showing you how to do text, they're putting it inside of something or wrapping it around or embedding it or something like that, whereas mine more or less set on top. That's the difference, and I probably should have said that up front, but that's the real difference of what we're doing here. So change it to the Arachne wall generator. I'm just using standard standard 0.2 millimeter nozzle or settings, and then that is pretty much it. Sparse infill density is 5. That's really just a speed thing for the bins. They're not heavy duty. So if I switch over to the object view here, I can go and edit the text, and that's where most of this goes. So the first thing I did, and I don't know where I got this font. It was just here. I don't know if it's part of Windows or if it's something else, but what I'm going to use is Arial Rounded MT Bold. So I'm going from Arial that's bolded to a font that has bold built into it. So I'm going to select that as the font, turn the bold off because I don't want it bolded again. And then my normal way of doing this is to make it 0.2 millimeters thick with an embedding layer 0.1 millimeters inside of the surface it's setting on top of. That was what part of the thing that did not work for me, and there's probably different ways around this. So what I did is I just set it to 0. And if we zoom in here, you can see the cool thing about this font and why I chose it is because all of the ends are round, not square. And I think that makes a little bit of a difference. At least it did to me. But again, I have printed, as you saw, hundreds of these boxes. So why it's chose now, there's some kind of update to Bambu Studio. I don't know, but that's what I went with. So again, we can edit the text here, and it was just 1, 2, 3 changes. I could jump over to the other one and change that as well. So again, oops, wrong one. Rounded, no bold, and no embed. So basically, this sticks up a little bit above the surface. We don't have a lot of depth on this label to embed it too far down. And again, I don't like it sticking up heavily because I don't like the way it feels. That's just a personal thing, not functional at all, just me. And so that's how I fixed it. So again, this may help you, it may not. Like I said, I printed hundreds of these boxes and never had a problem. And then they stopped working the way that they always have been working, and I had to come up with a solution. And like I said, as you saw, I spent more than a little bit of a weekend working on this, trying to figure out what was happening, and this is what I ended up with. I think I left bold on that one. No, I did not. Okay, very good. So that is it. So I hope this helps somebody else. Like I said, this is not a problem for everybody to solve, but it was something I needed to do for the new model because I don't like giving stuff that could be broken to somebody else. So, oops, almost forgot. The other thing I did is I turned on the prime tower. So I did experiments with the prime on and with the prime off, and I generally don't use this because in most of what I do, I think it's a waste of filament and time. But what I did was I didn't realize you could actually do this, but once you slice the plate and the prime tower becomes visible, it's an object and you can actually move it. So what I did is usually it's in one corner or the other and it's away from stuff. I moved it closer to the objects I was printing. That helped a lot. You know, again, you have to turn it on and then slice the plate for it to do. And this seemed, since I was going from a white to a black, this seemed to actually help the transition where it got rid of all of the black or most of the black before it started all the white, because sometimes what would happen is there would be a little bit of remnant of white when it first started, say on this M here, and that would cause it to, since we only have pretty much 2 layers we're working with, that would cause a problem with the actual creation of the letter. So anyway, so I turned prime tower on and then I just moved the tower closer to the object to minimize the amount of travel that the head had to do to actually go and do the wiping. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. Glad I didn't forget. That's about it. Thanks for watching, everybody.